Hello everybody, Silverpicker here, and welcome to episode 2 of Silverpicker's Guide. Today we're going to talk about determining authenticity. Now, determining authenticity of a piece of metal, whether it's a precious metal or just some junk-based metal, is the most important part of this business. I can't emphasize that enough. You need to know whether something you're looking at is really gold or silver or platinum or something like that, or if it's junk, because otherwise you're going to spend money and potentially get burned. Now, in this video, we're just going to concentrate on silver. In future videos, we're going to go on to gold and platinum and other things. But for now, we're going to start with silver because A, it's my namesake, and B, because it's the most common piece of precious metal that you're going to encounter. It's the lowest price, lowest value, and people just don't really know about it and don't really care about it. You know, somebody at a garage sale will often just put out a piece of silver, whether they know it's silver or not, just because they don't really care. It's not a valuable piece. So, for you, however, if you go around collecting enough of it, you can make some real money. So, I'm going to go through what I call my 3 lines of defense against buying fake silver. So, to start, the first line of defense is a magnet. You take a magnet, now make sure that it's not just a refrigerator magnet. It needs to be a strong magnet. See here, this is going to be able to pick up my Leatherman. This Leatherman is heavy. You know, you don't want to just have some refrigerator magnet. Now this is all beat up and worn because I bring it to every garage sale I go to. Every time I look through a pile of jewelry or some cutlery or something, I'm always testing it. If a piece of metal is magnetic, you know 100% that it is not a precious metal. Now if it's not magnetic, it doesn't prove that it is a precious metal, but it's a good start. So let's look here. Tap this, tap this, tap this. All of these seem to be silver. However, this one, for example, if you put down the magnet and you get real close to it, you see how it adheres? This is not silver. So you got to be really careful. This is the best way. You put it on a flat surface and you just touch it lightly. And if it drags, you know it's not silver. So that's the first line of defense. Easy peasy. Next line of defense, your eyes. You take your jeweler's loupe and you look around the jewelry to see if there are hallmarks. A hallmark is a written, stamped-in symbol or word or number that tells you whether something is silver or not. On this spoon, for example, you see the word sterling. Sterling silver is 92.5% silver. That means 925 particles out of 1,000 particles of metal are silver. So that's one example of a hallmark, but there are many examples. Do buy things marked .800, .900, .925, 999, sterling, fine silver, AG. This is not a comprehensive list, but these are examples of hallmarks you might see that are good. Now there are also bad hallmarks, things that are silver plated or not real silver. Don't buy things marked silver plated, German silver, nickel silver, EPNS, EP, or alpaca. Now neither of these lists are comprehensive, so I want you to make sure that you study lots and lots of different hallmarks so you know what to look for. A good starting resource is this website, www.925-1000.com. It's a full online encyclopedia of hallmarks. I suggest you check them out and you get used to them, so you'll be able to figure out what's real and what's not pretty easily. Now, if you find something that is marked sterling or has one of the dues, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's real. For example, this one that we already determined to be fake because of its magneticness, or its magnetism, says sterling. You can tell that there are unscrupulous silver, spoon and jewelry makers out there that put silver hallmarks on fake stuff. So don't get burned, don't get tricked. Now that leads me to our third and final line of defense, acid testing. An acid test is the only economical way of determining authenticity to 99.9% accuracy. You take your acid and you take your scratch stone. Now, I'm using not silver acid testing. Silver acid testing is a little more accurate. It tells you what level of silver it is, meaning is it 925, is it 800, is it 50%, whatever it is. But it's really confusing and it's not so easy to use, and I never use it. I use an old trick of the trade. I use 18 karat gold testing solution. That's what I recommend you use. So easy, so accurate. Now, what you do is you take your piece of metal, this is our spoon, and you rub it against the scratch stone. get a nice thick line. Now over here, that's what I just rubbed, and that's the spoon. Now let's take another piece of metal that we don't think is silver. For example, my Leatherman. Let's rub that here. Now we've got two lines. We got our Leatherman on the left and our spoon on the right. Now you're going to get used to the feel of things. Like the spoon has a very soft feel to it. The rubbing, I can tell already that it's silver. And I can tell already that the Leatherman's not. But what we're going to do is we're going to put some acid directly on the stone and on the silver mark, on the mark of the Leatherman. As you can see, nothing's really happening. In fact, the mark is actually disappearing. Sometimes if it's copper, for example, it'll start sputtering and bubbling. If it reacts like that and you start seeing smoke, you know for sure that it's not silver. But look here. When I put it on the spoon, look what happens. It turns this brilliant blue color, this icy blue. That is what you're looking for. That blue color is without a doubt silver. Now you want to make sure that you scratch it deep enough, because sometimes things that are silver plated will still just show you the silver plating. So sometimes you gotta, cut the item in half or break it or file it down a little bit. But like this, without a doubt, you can tell the difference and you can tell what's silver and what's not. So that's basically it. That's the easiest 3 simple steps to determining authenticity. Now you notice that we didn't get to coins, and that's because it's a totally different method of determining authenticity, but these coins are indeed silver. So I just wanted to get the ball started rolling on, get the ball rolling on how to determine authenticity. So in this first video, we did silver. Now remember, line of defense 1, magnet. Line of defense 2, Hallmarks. And final line of defense, acid test. So, I hope you liked this segment and this episode of our series, and I hope you rate, comment, and subscribe, and if you have any questions, just ask, and I'll get back to you. Make video responses, leave comments. That's what I love to see. So, with that, until the next time, until episode 3, or I guess episode 2.5, this is Silverpicker, Silverpicker out.